And here's the campground. There's the chief camper trying to get somebody out of the van. And the huge tree there right by our camp area. Boys are still running wild. And there's that crazy river. Kenny gave his BB gun a toss, and it didn't make it across the river like he thought it would. In fact, down there he's sitting there, he's probably looking to see if it's coming by. Most people today would have a heart attack if they saw their child that close to a wild river. There's Jerry climbing up the bank. Yeah, things were tough in those days. We don't have these people holding our hands, and Mama's worried about every little detail. There's my chief camper, destroyer, problems. She enjoyed it. There's the boss doing her thing, and old Paul and his baby, loving his baby dog, Ginger. Yeah, we do have fun on our camping trips. Chief cook and bottle washer right there. Probably making coffee, I would imagine. Love that hat. Don't you think that's stylish, folks? Yeah. Of course, I get the job of rolling up the sleeping bags in the mornings. Yep, this way, that way. I'm kind of a pain, but I got it done. Yippee for me. Yippee, yippee. Yeah, I bugged somebody looking behind my head. Monkeys in a tree. There we are. All the monkeys in the tree. Looks like boys to me. And everybody just hanging out there, telling stories, talking, laughing, what boys do. It's nice to have a lot of brothers around, especially when you kick back like Kenny does. Jerry's got to be up the top with his sunglasses on. That's Mr. Wonderful up there. And Paul, he hardly ever slows down for much of anything. But anyway, we are having so much fun camping out here. And Ginger, our faithful dog Ginger, she was along with us, of course, always. Looking for something to eat, I bet. Anyway, it was a wonderful, wonderful vacation with Zion. We had a lot of different vacations we didn't get film of. Side.
Couldn't quite see the money for these new ones. They're a little expensive. And we bought 3 big bikes that'll just about fit them. And Pat bought Kelly a 3-wheel tricycle thing that had big wheels, but it had a regular chain drive. A tricycle with chain drive. And so I had them locked up in my shed, and sure enough, the boys discovered them about a half hour after they got home. It didn't take them long. So they had to be painted up and fixed up. Well, I made the boys help me paint them up, and didn't have the heart to take it away from them after I got them all painted, so I gave them their bicycles 2 days early. And they've been riding up and down the street here, and Kelly's been pedaling that tricycle. Well, I went down and got to looking at it, and it's pretty well beat up, so we decided we'd get him a bicycle too, a little bitty bicycle with those little wheels on the side. And so I saw one down there for $23 at Western Auto, and it was a pretty good buy, so I went ahead and bought it, and I put it in our bedroom. We covered it with a quilt over in the corner and threw our old clothes over it and made it look like a normal junk pile. And so a couple days later, I was talking to Kelly. I guess it was just yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I was talking to Kelly. I says, "Hey, Kelly," I says, "the little bitty neighbor boy, he don't have anything to ride." I says, "Why don't you give him your tricycle?" And old Kelly, he says, "Yeah, okay." And he agreed a little bit too fast to suit me. I got suspicious. So I asked Kelly what was he going to ride. And he says, I think I'll ride a little bike. I says, "Well, what little bike you got in mind?" He says, "Oh, just a little bike." And I says, "Well, what color?" And he says, "Red." And of course it has to be red. And I says, "How many wheels?" And he says, 2 big wheels and 2 little tiny wheels. And of course it happens to have them trainer wheels. So right away Pat and I knew that he doesn't know what's going on. And so I told him, I says, "I'm going to count to 3, and if you can find one of them bikes before I count to 3, you can have it." And I got to about 2. He ran in the bedroom, and he stood there beating on the quilt. It was covered over the quilt. He never even bothered to uncover it. He stood there tapping it on the seat with the quilt over it, saying, "I found it, I found it." So I about decided ain't nothing you can slip past these troops, I'll tell you.
The boys played Little League Baseball, Jerry and Paul did. And they were the Tigers team. This is the crowd there, one of our students. And at bat is Jerry. He's number 4, ready for the hit. And there it goes. They were playing for the championship game this day. Paul is number 2, Jerry's number 4, and Kelly is Kelly. Yeah! Oh, good one, good one. All right, got him out. Good shot. Boy, in that inning, they come out ahead. Here they go, changing endings. Jerry's on his way out to the outfield, I think it was. I think Paul played short. A warm up there. Had a lot of fun that time. Always go out with the family. A lot of waiting around, seeing what's up, who's up next. Kelly, he's going to show him how to pitch. Wow, good one. Fastball right down the middle. And to get ready. Here we go. Last out. Ready. Yes, and the Tigers win the championship. Yes, yes, yes.
I'm so excited. We're going through to visit Jerome, Arizona, where my mother grew up. Mother was a great guide. She told us about the people who worked in the different stores and where she'd go to buy candy after school and things like that. And there's our gang of us all heading through the museum to see what's in there. Mother and her brothers and sisters went to the school up at the top of the hill there. And Mom was their star female pitcher for the ladies' baseball team. Jerome was a mining town at the top of the hill with windy roads going to it, and it overlooks the Verde Valley. Grandpa built the family house across the valley and the steep road. The boys were restless and started goofing off and running around and playing. Here's our busy Paul, always moving. This is a really interesting old town. And they had all kinds of shops, a rock shop and a pay and ticket grocery store, and just a scenic old mining town. This is a big mine up on the hill where my grandpa, Bill Wells, was foreman, who ran the crews and the shifts and told everyone where to be and what to do. And now we're going to wind down the road to Cottonwood.
We dropped Xavier, Pat's mom, off at her brother's house in Prescott. And the family headed down to Cottonwood, Arizona to the Verde River, and we're camping out and having fun. We brought Ginger and this black pup with us, which I accidentally backed over, but he was in the sand and he was okay. The water was warm and wonderful, and there we jumped into the river the first thing. Didn't take long. Even Patty went shirtless as she headed for the river too. He was just one of the boys. Pat wanted to kick back, but I put her to work running the camera.
Ken and Jerry started a water fight, and then Patty decided she wanted to join her dad, and the other boys jumped in and said, "Let's do it." So they're all out there splashing water on each other, having a blast. I really love watching my family play.
And here comes the grandkids coming to say hello. Grandpa gets a group hug from everybody. Of course, you got to say hello to Blackie. Can't miss him. And a special hello from Patty. It's been a few years on the new house and now needs a little touch-up painting, and Bob's busy working away, helping Dad, and get a little instruction from Roberta where to put the ladder. Here's the gang, all in the back of Grandpa's pickup, ready to head for the river. Can you believe that? They can ride down the road in a pickup? And we're at the river, ready for fun, fun, fun. Good old Rogue River, our favorite swimming hole. Kenny and Kelly going to make a big splash. Everyone's been waiting a long time for this trip. Those boys love the Rogue River like the rest of the family. And first thing they do is Patty causes problems, starts a mud fight. Patty's very happy. She got the fight started and the boys took over. Except when she got caught in the middle. Now she really needs a bath, and the boys are going to sure clean her up. Nothing can beat a family picnic at Tuvale Park. Wonderful place to meet. This is where I met my lovely wife, Princess Patricia. What's Kenny doing, driving Patty?